To prepare for a manual calibration or bump test, you're going to need the following items. First, a cylinder of the gas that's appropriate for your radius BZ1. We'll also need a constant flow regulator, ½ liter per minute. We'll also need our tubing and our calibration cup specifically for our diffusion model. Now, for our Safecore module with the pump attached, we simply connect the tubing directly to the front, but ensure that we do have our filter in place. Now, let's take a look at connecting all of this and performing those utilities. The first thing we want to do with our regulator is crack it open just a little bit. That'll take the pressure off of the neck of the bottle when you make the initial connection. Holding the cylinder in the other hand, turn it in a clockwise motion to tighten it down. You may hear a little bit of gas escaping as you tighten it. Simply close it when you're done and return the bottle. After that, we'll connect the tubing to the regulator, ensure that we have a nice firm fit. Then we take the other end of the tubing and attach it to our calibration cup. Again, ensure that we have a nice firm fit. And we're going to install the calibration cup in the rear of the radius BZ1, just below the Safecore module. When you slide it in, you'll feel it snap into place. And you can advance to the zero screen because you'll need to zero prior to doing a calibration. Let's do that now. We'll press the power button a number of times to advance to the zero screen. And we'll do a long press to begin the zero function. And again, we see that we have zeros on our screen for our toxic and LEL sensors. We have the span reserve percentage for our oxygen sensor. The clock is flashing in the upper right corner showing that it's working. When it's finished, we'll see the results of the zero. And we can now press the power button to begin the calibration. Notice that it's asking us to apply the gas for the first sensor. We open up our regulator to begin the flow of gas. And once the radius BZ1 recognizes the gas is present, it will begin the calibration. Again, the clock begins to flash to show you that the utility is running. And you also see that our oxygen sensor has already been calibrated, and those results are on the screen. Once the sensor finishes the calibration, the radius will immediately begin to calibrate the next sensor. And it will continue to do so until all of the sensors have been calibrated. So the span reserve percentages that you see on the screen represent the life of the sensor. Now, calibrations are broken into 3 categories. 70% and greater indicate a good calibration. From 50 to 69%, that falls within the marginal range of calibration, and you should consider replacing your sensors soon. Anything that's below the 50% line indicates a failed calibration, and the sensors are no longer good for use. They should be replaced immediately. Once the calibration is complete, secure the fitting on the regulator and remove the calibration cup. You can then press the power button to remove yourself from the calibration utility. If the gas is still present at the completion of the utility, you may see the alarm indications as those gases diffuse from the sensors.